Hey folks, welcome back. Good morning. This is Chris live in Central Pennsylvania for this URC matchup. It's the Lions at Ellis Park taking on Edinburgh. Coming up here shortly in about 9 minutes. That game should start. But let's go ahead and go through the lineups and get you ready for this game. It's not just the lineups we need to talk about, but also need to talk about yesterday's results, which saw the Bulls move up in the standings and the Lions drop after a conic victory against Ulster. Ulster now picked up a bonus point, and so they actually move ahead of the Stormers temporarily into second place, despite a losing effort yesterday. So the Stormers need to win today to put themselves back in second place. Yeah, and if things go their way, they could wind up back in first place potentially. So we'll see what happens there. The Stormers are 4 points behind Glasgow. If they have a bonus point victory tomorrow on Sunday, the Stormers could move back in first place, assuming Glasgow loses and doesn't pick a bonus point. Anyway, lots of ifs. If nuts were candy and butts, if and butts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a happy Christmas. Welcome back to the program, folks. Let's go and get to the lineups for these two sides for today's matchup. All right, for the Lions, it's Kuhn Horn at fullback, Angelo Davids on the right wing, Henku van Wyk, and Bronson Mills in the center. Bronson Mills turned out to be a heck of a player here. Eric Cronje on the left wing, Chris Smith is the fly half, Morné van den Berg at the scrum half. Those two have really solidified the Lions team. They played much better of late. Frankie Horn is the captain, wearing the 8 jersey, Ruan Fenter. And then we've got Siba Mahasha, Darian Landsberg, and Etienne Oosthuizen are the locks. And the front row, it's Asenati Labakanye, PJ Bota, SJ Kotza. Off the bench, Franco Moret, Eddie Davids from, of course, the Griquas, RF Skuman, Reinhard Nothnagel, Bato Shlakani, Renzo Duplessis, Hashim Pede, and Richard Creel. That's off the bench. That is for the Lions to this game. For Edinburgh, Harry Patterson at the fullback position. Some of these names are a little challenging here, but Mataleli Satatla on the right wing. Matt Curry and Moise Tupelotu in the center. Jack Brown is on the left wing. Ross Thompson is the fly half. Ben Fellicott at the scrum half position. Magnus Bradbury is the captain. Freddie Douglas, Ben Muncaster, Glenn Young, Marshall Sykes. Front row is Darcy Ray, Dylan Richardson. That sounds familiar, former Shark. And Bowen Fenter, another familiar name. Off the bench, it's Ewan Ashman, James Whitcomb, Paul Hill, Callum Hunter-Hill, Liam McConnell, Charlie Shield, Cammie Scott, and Piers O'Connor. The referee is the Italian official who usually does a really good job, but one of the most recent games, he was a bit of a stinker, Gianluca Konecki from Italy. The assistants are Hanru van Rooyen from South Africa, Stephen Geldenhuis from South Africa, and Egan Cross, who called yesterday's game for the Bulls, is the TMO for this game in Joburg. All right, Ellis Park, just a few minutes away, folks. Hopefully my service will start on time. They have a bad track record. All right, so we got about 6 minutes before the game starts. So we got Westhouse here, Andre Mostart, Johan Barnard, and David Simpson. And there's about 13 others lurking in the background. Welcome. Glad to see you there, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, at the moment, Glasgow's in first place at 45 points, but they've got a game upcoming. Ulster lost yesterday. They now go to 8 wins and 5 losses. They pick up a bonus point, however, but they did drop below that 100-point differential, so 97 after the loss. Stormers in third place, but they have a game in hand, and tomorrow they play against the Dragons. They should be able to win that. Dragons are in 15th position, 2 wins, 3 draws, and 7 losses. Yeah, so way down the list. So I think that good chance for the Stormers to move up back into second place. Now, the Stormers have a challenge here, too, because Glasgow's playing Leinster. So something's got to give. Leinster get a bonus point victory and take them out to 46 and be in first place, and the Stormers could not gain any ground and wind up in fourth place. So the Stormers can end the weekend in second, third, or fourth position the way things are going. And frankly, it could be even worse. No, it couldn't be. Cardiff has already played. My bad. So Cardiff is taken care of. They lost yesterday. But yeah, so the Stormers can wind up in second, third, or fourth after tomorrow's game. That's how fluid these rankings are, these positions. The Lions at the moment find themselves out of playoff position after Connacht won yesterday. Connacht now goes to 6 wins, 7 losses, 35 points on the log. And so they're 2 points ahead of the Lions. The Lions with a bonus point would not get back into playoff condition. They're going to have to win today or to get a draw. But if they get a draw, they're still going to be behind Connacht. They won't go anywhere, so they'll have to win because they have minus 17 points on the log. So they're going to have to get a victory here in order to move back into playoff contention. Yeah, it's just that crazy. Sharks are well out of playoff contention. Right now, you have to have 35 points to make it to playoffs. The Sharks have 24. Even a bonus point victory would only take them to 29. So they're a couple wins away from getting back in it. 4 wins, 1 draw, and 7 losses for the Sharks. Not exactly impressive this season. All right, so we're just a few minutes away now from this going live. Just a reminder for this one here, folks. The South African sides have made it to every final since this thing kicked off a few years ago. Yep, sure did. So last year the Bulls lost to Leinster. The previous year, Glasgow beat the Bulls in a game the Bulls should have won. I was at that championship game at Loftus. The year before that, Munster beat the Stormers, a game the Stormers should have won. And the first year, the Stormers beat the Bulls. So we should have won 2, 3 of the 4. But in every year, there's been a South African side. Unfortunately, every year there's been a losing South African side and only one winning South African side. A winning South African side, 2 Irish sides, and 1 Scotland side. Yeah, so there you go. That's how it's gone. And, okay, my feed is here. Good to see. The game is up for me. That's some good news. Sounds like Matthew Pierce is in the booth. "22 degrees Celsius, and the overlook is gloomy." I have to be right back. Something's driving me nuts here. Hang on. Apologies about that, folks, but something was driving me nuts there in the corner of my lip. Looks like a virtually empty Ellis Park. Beautiful day. It says gloomy. Is there overcast, but looks pretty nice. Partly cloudy. It's a beautiful day. All right. Sevens women's side competing for a spot in the top level competition. All right, good luck to them. Welcome to the 23 people currently here. We'll get started here in just a few moments. This game has big implications for the playoffs. The Sharks game less so. Sharks will be up after this, playing against Munster. Munster's in playoff position, so the Sharks could level the playing field a little bit and help other teams out. Or Munster could climb. In fact, Munster with 39 points, if the Stormers don't do anything, it could push them down even further. They could wind up in fifth position. Wow. If 39, it would take them 44 with a victory, bonus point victory. And out come Edinburgh in white jerseys with blue and orange trim on the side. Magnus Bradbury, the captain of the side from Scotland. Bright and sunny out there right now. Beautifully sunny in Johannesburg. Former Shark Dylan Richardson out there. And here come the Lions. Led by Morne van den Berg. Crappies. He's got a cap milestone for Linden High School. His 100th cap for Morne van den Berg, 7 seasons. Congratulations. Played for the Bucks 6 times, 100 caps now for the Lions. Here comes the rest of the team coming out of the locker room. Chris Smith, Eric Cronje, Angelo Davids, Kuhn Horn. Hard to believe that Mornay's got 100 caps. Coming down the tunnel are the Lions. About to join their teammate Mornay Vandenberg out on the pitch. Lions fans cheering them on. Lions won the South African Shield this year. First time they've done that. Not that it really means much of anything, but they've won it. Stormers twice, Bulls, Sharks, and now the Lions finally win it this year. Hey, Charles, what's up? Yeah, Mornay Vandenberg, 100 caps. Congratulations. Khabani Bobo is also in the booth. He also did the game yesterday. Those in the sun on the east side of the stadium are sparse in numbers, virtually non-existent. But there are some fans in the shade, in the shadows on the west side of the stadium as the Lions line up out here. And we're ready to get started for this game. That Glasgow-Leinster game is going to be titanic, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely titanic. Let me see what time that's on for me. And the whistle blows. Are we ready to get going? And the ball's kicked to the Lions inside the 22. They have it. Mornay Vandenberg will take it out. Call to use it already. Use it now, he's told. He better get using it. He still hasn't used it. There's the kick. Over the top. Out to around the 10-meter line. Back off of the Lions. Lions have retained possession. Luckily there. Cronier went up for that. Kuhn Horn sends it over this way. Chris Smith to the wing. Oh, Angelo Davids catches it on the fly and he's tackled into touch. Was he hit in the air is a question. The turf looks a lot better than it did last time. Certainly better than what it looks like at Loftus. So let's see what time that game is at 1:30 for me. Glasgow versus Leinster. I might watch that game. So Davids is tackled into touch, and it'll be an Edinburgh line out from the Lions' 37-meter line. Dylan Richardson throws it in for Edinburgh, but they lose it. That was knocked on, and the Lions have it. And there goes Mahasha. Or no, it's... Who is that wearing a 7 jersey? That's not the right guy. Lions go wide. The ball's missed. Chased down over there by Eric Cronier. Close to that touchline. He throws it up and gives it to Edinburgh. It's a bit of a sloppy game at the moment. Nice tackle there. Tupeloto pushed into the ground. Ball's available. Fellicott finally takes... It's not Fellicott. Who is it? Player's out of position here. Nice tackle by Labakanye on Darcy Ray. They go wide on the outside again. Matt Curry with the carry. Tackle's made again. Edinburgh not picking up any space here. Lions defense is holding fast at the moment. It's a quick move. A lot of quick ball here. That ball carried by Bowen Fenter. Bowen Fenter goes for it. Oh! Bowen Fenter became a Springbok last year. Oh, there's another tackle. Jeez, Marshall Sykes with the ball. Now they go wide on the out channels to Magnus Bradbury, the captain. Lions trying to get onside here. But now that Edinburgh is working its way towards the 22. And wearing the number 7 jersey is not Rowan Fenter. I don't know who that is out there. Oh, Edinburgh's got something going here. Nice passing, but that's a forward pass there. Yeah, I got a forward pass. He's saying a knock-on, but it was a forward pass. Edinburgh took their time there, but then they got a little bit out of whack here late in that possession. That's a forward pass. And then lost forward. So it'll be a scrum to the Lions 3 minutes in. Charles is on East Rand. Well, we had good refereeing yesterday. Egan Cross did a very good job. So we've got a delay here. I'm not sure what's going on. So, up in the booth looking at the Edinburgh front office. And there's the Lions front office. Lions now in 9th position. Need a win today to get back in the playoffs. First scrum of the game, this one to the Lions. Clock's still ticking, 3:30. Crouch. Bind. Pack weights, Edinburgh slight advantage, 901 to 893. This one goes wonky here. An early engagement by the Lions. So free kick to Edinburgh. So they just tap and go. And Dylan Richardson down to the 22. So the Lions turn it over in the scrum. There's Bone Fenter. And Marcus Bradbury is buried in the ground. Tackled there by Frankie Horn. They go far on the outside. The Lions don't have enough defenders, but the ball went back deep, so chance here for the Lions to recover. They do. Freddie Douglas tackled at the 24-meter line. Darian Landsberg out of that. Nice tackle out there. Is that Henku van Wyk? Can't see who it was. Made a nice tackle. It was Henku van Wyk. Edinburgh driving forward. Tackle again. Richardson's there to form a ruck. Bone Fenter. These South Africans making a big impact in that front row already for Edinburgh. Tuipolota to Curry on the near side. Morning Feinberg in on the tackle. Now trying to go the opposite direction. Richardson, and he's going nowhere. PJ Bota takes him down. Coming back to the near side. It's a fly half. Kick down the sideline. Ball chases on. Who's going to get it? Kuhn Horn gets it. He's near that touchline. Dangerous pass to Morning Feinberg. Feinberg finds a gap. He takes off. Morning Feinberg is on the loose. Oh, nice carry. Very exciting. Just a 15-yard game, but boy, was that exciting. He ran through about 9 tacklers to get there. And it looked like there was no opening, but Morning Feinberg spotted something, picked up about 15 meters on the opposite side. Now Frankie Horn is on the loose. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 meters down the 10-meter line. He's got help, and there goes Fenter, and the Lions are going to score just like that. Yay, Bo! Woo! And the Lions attack and score. Woo-hoo-hoo! Ruan Fenter wearing number 4. What a great work there. Frankie Horn just took off, man. Of course, he doesn't have the pace, a big guy. But Fenter had a great support run and avoided a tackle. And the Lions are on the board. Woo-hoo! Wow. Fenter not wearing the 7 jersey, but wearing the number 4 position as a lock. That was a surprise. It wasn't lineup announcement there. And the kick is good. Brilliant work. Lions getting it done early. .640 now. Always tough sledding for the European sides to come to South Africa. Here's the restart. Inside the 22 on the far side of the pitch. Taken there by Fenter. Morning Feinberg told to use it. There's his kick. Box kick high over the top. Eric Kronig gives chase. It goes forward off of Edinburgh, picked up by the Lions, and a tackle made back there. There's some space on the near side if they can get there. Kuhn Horn's going to kick it. It's going to bounce down towards the short of the 22. About a 30 meters. Good distance on that by Kuhn Horn. So it'll be a Edinburgh lineout, but they're losing a lot of territory in this exchange. Looks kind of warm out there. Players are gassed already. All right, Lions being cautioned to keep their line. Dylan Richardson for Edinburgh throws it in. Challenged, but they come away with it. Fella caught over to the middle. Edinburgh held up there. Tackle made, 26-meter line. Fellicott trying to dig the ball out. He's got some of his own teammates' leg. He had to get the ball around. A nice job by Edinburgh to secure the high ball on that one. Angelo Davis turned his back. Oh, nearly dropped by the scrum half. Accidental offside, I think we got here. Accidentally offside here. Vellicott's arguing about where the ball is supposed to be. It's like a meter difference. Ball's kicked into touch, and the mark will be out around 30 meters for Edinburgh. Labakanya was one offside. So Edinburgh with a line out here now, down around the 32-meter line for the Lions. Not challenged in the air, successful. They come away. Richardson over the center to Bradbury. Bradbury with a carry, working towards the 22. Tackles made down there by the Lions. Fellicott looking for space, finds the ball in the hands of Ben Muncaster, who's tackled. Fellicott comes back this way, working to the near side. Jack Brown with the carry there for Edinburgh versus Satala. Muncaster with the carry in the middle, inside the 22 now. Edinburgh getting a little bit of movement here. Bowen Fenter, South Africans, doing damage. And they go wide to the wing, and a little bit high, but he secures the ball. Jack Brown. They mixed up these numbers. These guys aren't in the position, they're opposite positions. Oh, and the Lions have secured it, and oh, look at this. Frankie Horn kicks that ball all the way down inside the 22-meter line. It's going to slow down around the goal line. Oh. And it's kicked into touch. That wasn't smart. Satala could have taken it, touched it down, had a 22-meter drop kick, but instead he kicks it from the try line, and it's going to be the Lions' ball around the 22. That wasn't smart. But Frankie Horn with a brilliant kick here. That ball just kept going from his 5-meter line all the way to the other. He kicked at 95 meters. That's incredible. (11-17) in the first half. All right, so the Lions are going to wind up with well, they're actually inside the 22. It's about 18 or 20 meters away. That's a disaster. They could have kicked from the 22 and picked it down the field. Instead, the Lions are inside the 22, just like that. Nice carry in the middle there. Hinku van Wyk driving down about 10 meters. Vandenberg throws it to the wing. He sees Frankie Horn out here. Frankie's got one tackler. He can't beat him. Then he gets it back to Labakanya. Labakanya bouncing off tacklers down to 5 meters, 4 meters. Asanate Labakanya tackle the 4-meter line. Oh, ball pops backwards. There's a big hit. Oh, we got a push and shove going on here. And Dylan Richardson's involved in it against his fellow South Africans. Chris Smith being talked to.
Yeah, you got the scrum? No, you shouting in his face. I'm going to revert the PK next time. Sorry. Am I clear? Won't happen again, ref? Yeah, time is off.
Dylan Richardson says, won't happen again, ref. He's running his mouth, and he said, next time I'll overturn. He said, you have a dominant tackle, and then you start running your mouth. It's a great tackle. Oh, he was being intimidating. That was unnecessary. Dylan Richardson's the one started this. So he's explaining to the players what they did wrong on the scrum. Excuse me. The water's still on the pitch. Clock stopped at 12:27. All right, so it'll be at Edinburgh scrum finally, 6 meters from the try line. That dominant tackle by Dylan Richardson, who nearly had that penalty overturned. Crouch. Bind. Set. And the Edinburgh side collapsed. He said both sides went down, but Bone Fenter hit the ground first. Here we go. Next effort. Crouch. Bind. Set. It goes sideways. Who's going to get a penalty here? And it's called against the Lions. So Edinburgh secures a penalty in the scrum, and they'll get a kick here. That turf got torn up. Somebody hurt here? Clock is stopped at 14:15 again. Up after this, it's the Sharks hosting Munster at Hollywood Bets Kings Park in Durban, down the east coast of South Africa. Oh my goodness, look at that blood coming off that hand. Tore his hand, or what happened there? That's not good. A finger torn open or something. Oh, there he is, yeah. Not sure how he cut his hand. All right. 14 minutes, 15 seconds in this contest. Now the clock running. Harry Patterson kicks it down the pitch. And he does find touch. The Lions are going to leave it into touch as Angelo Davids picks it up in touch. So puts him past the halfway mark, and Edinburgh have a line out. Well, the mark is actually right at the 50-meter line.
Step inside the line of stop, please.
Is
the Italian official keeps warning the Lions to take a step back. They finally did. And line out successful. Fellicott over the middle. Edinburgh, quick pace out here. They go wide, and the wide channel's on the far side of the pitch, and Patterson gets past midfield before he's tackled. Ball's available. Fellicott. Dylan Richardson, he's hit by Labakania and driven backwards. Then he breaks free and picks up space and still going. What a carry by Dylan Richardson there. Gets it back on the other side of the pitch, and the ball's left behind by Edinburgh. A bit of a scrum on the ground for the ball, but Edinburgh holds on to it. Fellicott. Mahasha not happy about being grabbed in that tackle. Oh, Mornay Feinberg nearly chased that ball down the kick. And Angelo Davids wasn't going to feel it, but then he picked it up off the bounce, and he gets up to midfield and tackled there at midfield. The Lions are up there. Mornay Feinberg quickly gets up there to get the ball. The Lions regain possession. And Kuhn Horn cuts through the middle, looking for some help. He can't find it. Finally finds Labakanye. Labakanye dancing. Oh, they get him by the ankle. Now Mornay Feinberg. Okay, finally somebody gets moving here. Chris Smith Is it Landsberg or Fenter? The ball is stolen on the ground, not rolling away by Bradbury. So a penalty against Edinburgh. Chance for the Lions to kick this deep now. Bradbury looks puzzled. He got called for a penalty here. Well, somebody's definitely got called for a penalty. The tackler just laid on top of the Lions play there. So Chris Smith will kick for territory here. A good kick. Let's see what the mark is. Well, not as good as it looked. Lions should be inside the 22. It was a high tackle, too. Yeah, Bradbury picked that ball up on the ground. You're not allowed to play the ball when you're on the ground. Line out now. PJ Boat, the first one for the Lions, successful inside the 22. Just inside the 22. Maul is formed. It's not going. Now it surges forward. But he's coming unbound in there. Got to be careful. And he's tackled. Not much of a gain there. Collapsing the Maul. So it's a penalty against... oh, my goodness. And now Darian Landsberg is angry at Darcy Ray, who had a hold of his jersey. So there's some bad blood going on here. So will the Lions take the points or kick to the corner? They kick to the corner, looking for that 5-meter line out. Lions now with a chance. Yep, no, it was a penalty. So 5-meter line out now. PJ Bota will throw this in for the Lions off the Edinburgh 5-meter line. Success into a Maul. And they're driving forward. They break through. Lions. It's Frankie Horn. Wow. Lions are over. Frankie Horn over. That was just brilliant. He found space and took off. And the Lions score. Woo, good stuff. Here's a conversion by Chris Smith. So Lions out 12-0 lead. Chance for Chris Smith to convert here. And he does. Man, it's golden. I don't know why the Bulls let him go. He's so reliable. Here's the restart. $14-0. First 20 minutes of the game, just about gone. It's a very promising start for the Lions. They're playing much better than the start of the season. Line out successful. Oh, look at this. Here go the Lions. Oh, up the midfield. Eric Cronier. S.J. Kotze had it up there. Now they take a Mahasha. Mahasha's on the loose. He's got support from Darian Landsberg inside at 22. Darian Landsberg! Darian Landsberg! It's a try, baby! And the Lions score again! Oh, they got him under the pump. Look at this. Unbelievable. What an incredible try. And Darian Landsberg gets the try. Woo-hoo! His first of the season. My goodness. S.J. Kotze started. Eric Cronier gets tackled, throws the ball up to Mahasha. Mahasha breaks free. Mahasha finds Landsberg as he's being tackled, and Landsberg runs all the way back and slides across the line. Wow. Hoo. My goodness. My goodness, Landsberg with a try. Easy kick for Chris Smith, and it's 21-0. Just like that. My goodness. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Man, can you believe it? Man, Darian Landsberg, that's fantastic. (21-0). Here's the restart. Ball's kicked deep by Thompson. Taken inside the 22 by Fenter. Fenter bounces off 2 tackles, gets it outside. Here come the Lions again. Eric Cronier kicks it forward past midfield. The chase is on. The ball's still going forward. Picked up by Morty Funderberg, but he runs into touch inside the 22. My goodness. They picked up 80 meters from that. Wow. The Lions are looking like they want to roar. My goodness. And now Morty Funderberg is down with his thigh, rubbing some ice on his left thigh. I hope he's okay. 22-40 in the game. Man, oh man, oh man. That's exciting stuff for the Lions. Dylan Richardson now with a line out for Edinburgh inside their 22. Edinburgh is under the pump here big time. The Lions are pouring it on at the moment. That ball bounces off the line out. I don't know what happened here. The Lions have it. It was knocked on by Edinburgh. Frankie Horn digs it out of there. He gets it over to PJ Bota, who's inside the 22, driving forward, down to about 17 meters. And picked up by Nlabakanye, who goes forward a few more meters. Morne Vandenberg. Mahasha to Landsberg. Landsberg down to 7 meters. The Lions are on the prowl. Here they come again. Morne Vandenberg. That ball's lost back there. Picked up by Bronson Mills. Gets it back to Frankie Horn. Frankie Horn. Edinburgh's defense is all out of discombobulated, but a counter ruck. Morne Vandenberg's on the ground. So the Lions' pace is slowed down here a little bit by a counter ruck. Bronson Mills digs it out. Sends it over the other direction. He's got it to Fenter. Fenter drives forward. He's played a big role in this game so far. Ball's available. Back to Labakanye. Asanate Labakanye driving forward. He's got 4 tacklers to bring him down. Where's the ball at? I can't see the ball. There's the ball. Lions are driving. It's Fenter again. He goes into a tackle. Fades out when it goes through the second tackle. The Lions down around 8 meters. They need to get a bonus point here. And there's Bronson Mills driven backwards at the 5-meter line. Cronier comes in. PJ Bota. Shlakani. Kicked up in the air. Who's going to get it? Can Cronier get it? Oh, how did Edinburgh get to that ball? We got 2 players down on the deck. Ben Muncaster for Edinburgh is down. I think there might have been a penalty advantage. I'm not sure. As Morne Vandenberg kicked that into the try zone. Oh, he got hit in the head by a knee. It's poor tackling technique by Ben Muncaster. He took a knee to the head. Muncaster, I don't know if he's getting HIA here. Trust the process, he says. Looks like Liam McConnell getting ready to come in for Muncaster. Oh, another player injured there, Freddie Douglas. Not sure which one's coming out. So Bradbury's complaining about a crock roll. So we're waiting to see if there's a crock roll. Let me see. Okay, no crock roll there. No crock roll there. So no crock roll there. There's no croc roll. There's no croc roll. It's just false whining here, trying to slow things down.
Okay, Magnus, you check the contact, and there is no clear croc roll, so we carry on.
Yep.
Okay.
Goal line dropout. Oh, there was one later, yeah. But ball's kicked back to midfield, taken there by the Lions. Here comes Schlekane. Ooh, but he's driven back hard by Dylan Richardson. So the Lions, nonetheless, on the Edinburgh side of the pitch. Up the middle, it goes to Fenter. Fenter gets it back to Chris Smith. Chris Smith has got help. He's got more. They find that bag, and there it is. It's too easy. The Lions are roaring with pride. Mornay Fundenberg. Woohoo! My goodness. Bonus point in the first 25 minutes. Fenter's just been brilliant here. Chris Smith did a great job. He held on to it just long enough, and he hit Mornay Fundenberg in his Centurion cap. My goodness. Wow. Guppies gets it done there. $100 points for Chris Smith this season with that conversion. Man, it's just great work in that whole build-up by everybody on the Lions side. There's a reason why the Lions aren't number one South Africa, Charles, because the Stormers are. Ha 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 ha. Notwithstanding the Lions' victory against the Stormers, handing their third consecutive defeat. Ross Thompson kissed it straight into touch from midfield. Edinburgh making all kind of mistakes now. Funny how when the pressure's on, teams crumble. 27 minutes in the first half. This one's a lovely whitewash for the Lions fans. Eddie David's fans up in the stands. Little colored girls screaming. Very excited for Eddie. I think they saw him on the screen. Little kids. I don't know if that's his daughter or whatever, but it was fun. He and Renzo du Plessis having a good time over on the sideline there. So from midfield, it's a scrum to the Lions. We're just rolling over Edinburgh right now. For comparison, the Lions are 6 wins, a draw, and 5 losses. And Edinburgh, ladies and gentlemen, is 4 wins and 8 losses. Game the Lions have to win. Well, the Lions need to roll up the score here because they need to erase that point differential. They have a negative point differential, 17. Now they're at plus 11, which puts them ahead of Connacht point-wise and ahead of Cardiff point-wise. Bind. Set. But they need to roll up more points here. Not like the Bulls who went to sleep in the second half last night. Here we come, this side. Oh, nice pass to Henku van Wyk. Van Wyk, stiff arm. Still down to the 22. Ball comes loose. That's lost forward. I couldn't get it up. So lost. Knock-on advantage. Henku van Wyk got down to 22 and just couldn't get that ball passed up properly. Boy, the Lions are just carving up Edinburgh's defense. Missed tackles. It's a great stiff arm. Tuipulotu with a nice tackle on Henku van Wyk. Waiting for the ball to get out there. It finally shows up. 29-16. Got a scrum coming up. We're ready to go now. Hey, Garrett, what's going on? Crouch. Fine. Set. The whole thing just came apart. You're going to call penalty against the Lions. The scrum is not going very well. S.J. Kotza lost the bind on the far side, and that's a penalty against the Lions. Harry Patterson now kicking the ball down the pitch. Let's see where he gets it down to around the 42-meter line. So Edinburgh line out. Yep. And we have another line out here. From the Lions' 42-meter line, here's Dylan Richardson. Unchallenged, they lose it. It bounces in the hands of Labakanye, and the Lions regain possession. Frankie Horn over to Chris Smith. Smith gets it to Bronson Mills, to Henku van Wyk, who kicks it forward, chases on. It's going to go into touch inside of 22. It's a 50-22. Oh, wow. I didn't realize he was behind the midfield line when he kicked that. So the Lions are regaining possession inside of 22. This is all going the Lions' way at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. All going the Lions' way. Get another try. Pour it on, boys. You got to get that point differential in your favor. Oh, they've changed it. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was beyond the 50. Carry back. Okay. So it is a Edinburgh lineup, which is what I thought it was initially. So they've corrected the record here. TMO must have looked at that. Here we go. Dylan Richardson from his own 21-meter line. Unchallenged, they come down with it in the hands of Glenn Young. They try to get into a maul, but the Lions are holding them up at the moment. Still holding them up. It's going nowhere. Call to use it once. Fella kicks it over the top. Out to about the 10-meter line. It bounces off the turf and then knocked backwards by Edinburgh, so they regain possession. That ball's thrown across the turf. Now they're coming to the near side. Patterson sends it down the pitch. And that ball goes behind Kuhn Horn. Is it a knock-on? Yep. Looked to me like it went backwards, but they say it's a knock-on by Kuhn Horn. So Edinburgh pick up a lot of territory on this one. Oh, I don't know. It looked to me like it wasn't a knock-on. So a scrum to Edinburgh now. They pick up a lot of territory on that one. Oh, sorry. I have my bad. Oh, I got the arrows. I didn't even put it in here. I guess I rushed because I had to go to the restroom before we started. Didn't realize I didn't even have the arrow in here. So, my goodness. Silly me. Lions are going left to right. Sorry. Apologies for that. You do everything yourself. You kind of forget things sometimes. Lions left to right versus Edinburgh. Crouch. Bind. Set. Call to use it. And they bring it out. Fellicock kicks it up in the air, but Angelo Davids takes the mark. Well done. Catches it on the fly. So, no worries. Kicked into touch. Oh, nice kick. Where's the mark going to be, though? Chris Smith sent that way down the field, but I don't know where the mark's going to be on the sideline. I couldn't see it. He doesn't look happy with it. So let's see what they say. 34 minutes, 33 seconds in the first half. All right, so that got actually to about the 36 meter line. So this one comes down, and here comes Dylan Richardson after the line out. Ball's available. Fellicott goes the other direction with it. Carry up the middle by Edinburgh. Fellicott back to the near side. Matt Curry with a carry down to about the 24 meter line. Ball's available. Turf's starting to get turned up. Oh, they throw it away into the hands of the Lions. And Morty Feidenberg kicks it down the pitch. This is a hell of a box kick. Man, that thing goes all the way down. I went out just before the 22. Man, that's a hell of a kick by Morty Feidenberg. Just falling backwards off his left boot, kicks it all the way down the field. That's just absolutely brilliant stuff there. 35-28 here. Lions, be nice to see them pick up another try before halftime. But it's going to be Edinburgh's ball here. It was a brilliant kick. Let's see this again. What happened? Oh, Dylan Richardson lost that ball. And then Morty Feidenberg from his own 23-meter line. All the way back the other direction. And it's a line out for Edinburgh from their 25-meter line. So that's a hell of a kick by Morty Feidenberg. So Richardson throws it in. It's challenged by the Lions, but it's not straight. So it'll be a turnover to the Lions. Lions going to get the ball. Richardson skews it, throws it in crooked. So make them pay for it and get another try here. Well, I don't know. That was, I guess that wasn't straight, but it was pretty close. Well, east or west won't help, Garrett, because people don't know cardinal directions. And there is no east to west. If they're running east to west, then they'll be running into the stands. In Loftus and Ellis Park, it's north to south. All right, need a good scrum coming out of this for the Lions here. Crouch. They haven't had any good scrums. Bind. Set. You get out of there quickly. Put it in there, Morney. Get it out. He got it out. They saved that one. Over the middle, Chris Smith. Oh, what happened there? It got turned over. Angelo Davis got pickpocketed. And Edinburgh, oh, now it's lost forward. Oh, man, sloppy play. Edinburgh picked that up, and then they lost it. And the Lions got it. Then they locked it on. And now Edinburgh has the ball up around the 47-meter line on the far side of the pitch near that touch line. Whoa, Ben Muncaster's buried. Where's the Bradbury? Bradbury's buried. Excuse me. Box kick by Fellicott. Doesn't go very far. Actually goes further than it looked like it was going to go. Chased down by Eric Cronier. Mornay Feidenberg now with the ball out of the ruck. Mansberg carries it forward. Call to use it. Mornay Feidenberg. Well, that's not his best kick. That ball goes about 10 meters. And Edinburgh comes away with it. Satala gets it. Freddie Douglas with a carry now. Over to the middle of the pitch. Here it comes. Richardson offloads that ball back this way. Who's that? Oh, Tupiloto. I should have recognized by the curly hair. Bonefenter. And they go to the wing. That's a forward pass. Miss Bradbury down the sideline. Looking for somebody to offload to. There's nobody there. Dangerous position for Bronson Mills to be in. He could have got hyperextended there. Bonefenter again. And Edinburgh now driving towards the 22. It's the most forward pace they've had in a while. Oh, they broke free on the near side. Edinburgh down to about 10 meters. Then they throw it away. But, okay. Knock on. Wasn't sure what he was going to call there. Time is off. 39-12. Oh, yeah, there's a knock on by Frankie Horn. Oh, he's lucky to get injured because the guy rolled up his ankle. Wow. So the clock is stopped with about 44 seconds left in the first half. Somebody's getting treatment. As I said, Frankie Horn, very fortunate not to be injured there. Now we're looking at something on the screen. What's he looking at? Tackle's good. Yeah, could be a problem here.
To go tackle the ball goes forward. So it's a cynical play, deliberate knock on yellow card against number 8 red. Agree with the facts?
Yes, it does look like there's cover also.
Yeah, there's cover. There's clear cover at the back.
So nothing more, and agree, not an attempt to catch.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, there's clear cover behind, so number 8 is going to the bin. It's not a clear attempt to tackle the ball, so yellow card PK.
So there's going to be a penalty and a yellow card with...
Ooh, Frankie Horn goes out with a yellow card. Unfortunate. Tough break there, but it's a legitimate call. So what's the time here? The clock was stopped. $39.16. It's unfortunate, but it's the right call. Yellow card. Center field, right in the middle of the pitch here. $39.16. Crouch. Fine. There's the hooter.
Advantage.
And here they come down the 5-meter line. They're playing advantage too, but they're close. The Lions defense are going to crumble here. No, they drug him into touch. Good job by Mahasha. But there was a penalty advantage. The Lions better be ready so they don't get a quick restart here. Okay. What are they going to do? What's Edinburgh going to do here? Labakandi's got blood coming down from his forehead. I don't know if it's his or someone else's. What are they doing? They're going to go for a scrum again. So this is killing yellow card time, helping out the Lions. Yeah. So let's see if the Lions can win a scrum here. That'd be fantastic. PJ Both has also got a bloody spot at the top of his cranium there. So minute and a half down to 2 minutes gone off that yellow card already. Crouch. Bind. Set. Fellicott puts it in. This time it holds up, the scrum. Lions holding. Call to use it. Good job by Morning Findebag so they don't get anywhere. They're stopped behind the scrum line. Now they're trying to come forward here. Schlakane with the tackle. Fellicott. Sykes comes this way. Fellicott going to go back towards the middle. And Dylan Richardson nearly lost that, but a good job securing the ball. He's tackled 8 meters out. And Bone Fenter with a carry. He's tackled. Oh, look at that turf getting ripped up out there. This is working very well for the Lions, especially if they don't give up a try here. Oh, nearly broke through. Labakani tries to strip, but no dice. Still 8 meters out. Bradbury. Young. Down to 5 meters. Richardson picks it up. He's tackled. And a penalty against them for being off their feet. The Lions have withheld. And 3.5 minutes go off the yellow card while this penalty is going on. Now the Lions have it. Here they come. Henku van Wijk goes wide to Davids. Angelo Davids cuts back inside. He's got support runners. Oh, back to the outside. Henku van Wijk. The Lions slow down here. Lots of Lions there, though. Morne Funebag. Kuhn Horn. Oh, up the middle comes Jerry Landsberg. He gets it back. The ball's loose. Morne Funebag. Oh, what a try! Bronson Mills lost it in the air and then regathered it. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness. No way. He caught the ball, but then dove and lost it while he was diving and regathered it, secured it. His second career try. Let's see this again. Oh, Bronson Mills, who got it all started. Then Darian Landsberg. And it was lost, kicked backwards by... Oh, he lost it in the air, and they regathered it. That's an incredible try. Bronson Mills. And the clock is still running, almost 4 minutes plus taken off that yellow card. This is insult to injury. Frankie Horn's yellow card, my goodness, down to 5:10. By the time he gets it through, it's going to be about 5 minutes. 7, 6 seconds, 5. 44 minutes, 12 seconds off the clock in the first half. Here's the kick. And it's good. And the clock stops. The yellow card at 4:54. 4:53. 4:52. No. 4:51. My goodness. So they burned 5 minutes and 9 seconds of that yellow card. And it's 35-0. Absolutely perfect first half for the Lions. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Bronson Mills secures that try. That was unbelievable. Wow, wow, wow. What are you going to say about that one? That was unbelievable. Lions are in fine form here. They are rolling. 5 minutes and 9 seconds of that yellow card eaten up because they held off on the first. They lost the first scrum, then stopped them. The penalty came back, won the second scrum. Well, won it, but held up, and then wound up getting a penalty after all those phases. All that time, that has got to be very disheartening for Edinburgh. That is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. What an unbelievable first half for the Lions here. Really got together there. And what a try there by Bronson Mills. Morne Funderberg tackled at the try line, just in front of the try line, and he gets that ball up into Bronson Mills' hands. I don't know if one of the Edinburgh players hit that or if Bronson just lost it, but he regained it in the air. It was unbelievable. Wow. In extra time. 43-18. My goodness, that was something else. Hoo-hoo-hoo. My goodness. I don't know what to say about that other than that's amazing. This is fun. I love watching games like this one. Oh, and 35 points is going to serve them very well. Serve them very well. All right, so now I need to get the arrows up for the next couple. Okay, my goodness. That was some exciting stuff, was it not? Woo-hoo-hoo. Boy, boy, oh boy. Man, oh man, oh man. Okay, so in the second half, Edinburgh will be going left to right. So let's get that one up. My, oh my. That was a first half to behold. Okay, there we go. I'll go ahead and add in the ones for the next game too, because okay. So I've got it for the next game. Man, what a first half. It looked like it wasn't going to go that great, but then they just, man, way to finish that first half by the Lions. What an incredible try. And Bronson Mills lost that thing in the air and then regathered it. That was incredible. One more and we'll be set. Whew, I enjoyed that. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I really enjoyed that. That was fun. You know, I have to make these little graphics individually and all these different team combinations. Once they've all played each other, once I'll have them all, but I'll still be making these things for ages. Anyway, so there we go. All right. Man, oh man. Wow, something else. All right, where are we at here? Looking for Springbok Glory. Okay, we'll take a brief break here, and I'll be right back. We go to the loo. You guys do what you got to do. But what a first half for the Lions. I don't know what to say about that. That's just amazing. All right, be right back.
Under the southern sun, the green and gold shine bright. On the field of honor, they battle with all their might. From the scrums to the tries, they always find their way. Springboks rising higher day after day. Springboks just win, they can't be denied. With the Webb Ellis Cup, they're filled with pride. The greatest rugby nation, standing tall and true, better than the rest in every test they pursue. From the dusty fields to the world stage they've roared. Legends carved in history, their spirit soared. In the hearts of a nation, they ignite the flame. Every tackle, every try, echoing their name. Springboks just win, they can't be denied. With the Webb Ellis Cup, they're filled with pride. The greatest rugby nation, standing tall and true, better than the rest in every test they pursue. Through the blood, the sweat, the tears and the pain, they carry the hopes of a country like a chain. From the whistles blow to the final play, they prove their greatness every single day. Springboks just win, they can't be denied. With the Webb Ellis Cup, they're filled with pride. The greatest rugby nation, standing tall and true, better than the rest in every test they pursue.
All right, we're back. Halftime. Frankie Horn picked up that yellow card for cynical play, but I think the assessment that was up there by Stephen van Wyk is 100% on. Frankie Horn was going for the jackal and had the misfortune guy threw it up and hit his hands. I don't think he was trying to cynically knock it on. So, but he didn't complain. He went off the pitch, and it was the right call. Yep. Pass caught him off guard. He wasn't ready for that pass. So yeah, no, I agree with that. Jean Andres Pino Sanueza subscribed. Well, thank you for that, Jean. That was 14 hours ago. Are you from Chile? I'm wearing a Chile jersey today. Cool. Anyway, yeah, that's Stephen. I think you're spot on with that. That's exactly what happened. He got caught by surprise there. Garrett, stop with the left to right nonsense, okay? North to south doesn't help. Left to right, left to right on the screen, from your left to your right, okay? When watching the game, from left to right. I've already made the accommodation for someone who asked for it, and I did explain it. Okay, so exchange north to south, okay? I say left to right because I don't know the alignment of every stadium in the world, and I cover all these rugby games. I don't know the alignment of where the field is. I can't always get that information. So left to right is far simpler because that's how it is on your screen, left to right to left to right. That's why we do that. I know the alignment of these stadiums because I've been to them, and I know which direction they are. The South African stadiums tend to line up north to south. And that's why one side of the stadium gets broiled in the sun, while the other side waits for the sun to come its way. What an absolutely brilliant first half, though, by the Lions. $35-0. Man, I'm loving that. So they had a deficit. That's going to change that number around a little bit. So the Lions right now, if this ended right now, the Lions would have another 5 points, which would take them to 38 and would put them back in 7th position, knocking the Bulls to 8th and Connacht out of the playoff race at the moment. So, and they were minus 17, and so 17 to 17, 34, that'd be plus 18 right now, which is putting them close to where Munster's at in their positive side. So rack up some more points and don't give anything up. That'd be great. But what a first half. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Good stuff. So the massive test, the Titanic test later today is Glasgow and Leinster. That's going to be a big one, folks. That is going to be a big game today. Yep. The Glasgow game is in Scotstoun, so Glasgow would appear to have the advantage on that, and they're in first place. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Glasgow led by a South African coach. The Pro 14 in France is back underway. Perpignan versus Lyon. Montauban versus Bayonne. And then the Premier League in England is also Exeter Chiefs versus Sale Sharks. Harlequins versus Gloucester. Northampton versus Newcastle. Yep. Toulon versus Stade Francais. All going on today. And here in the U.S., at the university level, Life University versus Arkansas State taking place in Marietta, Georgia. Yep. Tomorrow we've got the Stormers versus Dragons. Looking forward to that one. So, yeah, halftime, man. Just some really great work by the Lions here. Some of it's just too easy. They made it look too easy. The Edinburgh players walking in at halftime looking quite dejected. Understandably so, folks. Understandably so. Oh, boy. So we have tries in the first half. Let's see. We had Ron Fenter with the first try at 5:21. Frankie Horn gets the next one, 18:20. Darian Landsberg at 20:30. Mornay Vandenberg at 25:20. And then Mornay Vandenberg sets up, I just realized that Vandenberg, that's wrong. And then sets up Bronson Mills at 43:18. And the best part of that, not just the points, is that we knocked out a lot of that yellow card. That was awesome. 5 minutes plus knocked out while we defended down there. While the Lions defended and then got the try in the other direction. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Okay. Looks like the replacements are coming out of the locker room now. Very, very small crowd on hand, folks. Come on. Can't you support this game better than this in South Africa? I don't want to hear how expensive the tickets are. Yeah. Anyway, halftime, 35-0. Lions just rolling it up here. Good stuff. Tiny crowd, man. I've seen bigger crowds at street fights. Shame. Boy, they're in love with this one girl. They keep showing her. I don't know why. For some reason, the TV crew loves this girl. She keeps coming on the screen. There we go. See some different people for a change. Well, I'll tell you what, man. People talk about America, but morbid obesity seems to be a big problem in South Africa watching these games. All right, they're coming out of the locker room now. Let's turn off the halftime mark. All right, we're ready to go here. 35-0. And Lions need to just pour it on. Come out and keep it up. Don't get lackadaisical like the Bulls did last night and just coast to a victory. Bulls could have used more points. In the end, the Bulls wind up now with just a positive 54 points. It could have had even more. So another converted try will give the Lions, more points than Munster for the positive differential. With Munster games yet to come against the Sharks. So, Lions will kick to now it's cloudy and gloomy overhead. The sun has disappeared. I'm sure the players will appreciate that. as we get started for the second half. Washing carpets. Is it raining in Durban? Okay, thanks for the heads up on that. Here's the restart. And Kuhnhorn kicks it down to Bradbury at about the 8-meter line. He charges up to the 22 and then beyond it. Good job carrying that ball forward by Bradbury. Tupelotu. And Edinburgh trying to get something going out here. Okay, got a replacement here. Darcy Ray is out. Paul Hill replaces him. Looked like the Lions had a steal, but no dice. And Henko van Wyk getting a little bit of treatment here. What's going on with him? Ball's kicked down the pitch by Harry Patterson. Let's see. Are you hit in the face? What happened? Oh, he went off his feet. Yep, knee was touching the ground before he got to that. So that was why there was a penalty. Line out successful for Edinburgh. Big push on the rolling maul. They pick up several meters before the Lions can get the defense solidified there. Call to use it once. And Dylan Richardson breaks away, spins down. Morty Feidenberg takes him down inside the 22. Fellow caught inside the 22. He dumps the ball behind himself, but the tackle's made there by the Lions. It's at the 22 now. Fellow caught. Oh, nearly lost there by Bone Fenter, but he held on. Fellow caught, goes to the far side of the pitch, and there's Tupelotu again. Tupelotu's tackled. Ball's on the turf. It's available. Bradbury driving forward, taken down by Landsberg. Edinburgh. Dylan Richardson. Here they come. Now Harry Patterson's got some space out here. Drives down about 10 meters. Kuhnhorn on the tackle. Bronson Mills is there. Ball's available. They go back to the middle. A little bit of space here. Be careful. Bone Fenter drives. Morty Feidenberg takes down Bone Fenter. But Edinburgh's about... Oh, they lost the ball. Picked up by Angelo Davids. Davids needs some help. Get over there. Boys, help him. Jackal's good, and they steal from Angelo Davis, but they're going to come back for a knock-on. Boy, Lions standing around there. That was uncharacteristic in this game. Just waiting for somebody to make something happen. You got to get over there and form a ruck. Okay. Ewan Ashman's coming in for Richardson. So Dylan Richardson goes out. Just 2 minutes left on that yellow card to Frankie Horn. Here we go. .43 minutes off the clock. It's a scrum to the Lions, deep in their own territory here. Still got about 1:44 left on that yellow card to Frankie Horn. The shorthanded Lions side gets that try late in the first half and burns over 5 minutes off that yellow card. If they can hold on here a little bit longer, 1:30 left on the yellow card. Crouch. Bind. Their scrum was terrible, but we've had some changes. Gap was too small. Hey, give me. Less than a minute now. This scrum is really helping out the Lions. Had two scrums late in the first half. The 8 time off the clock. Now here's the second double scrum. 44 seconds left. Crouch. Bind. Set. Ball goes in the pipe. Mornay Feinerberg digs it out. He kicks it down the pitch. That ball's going to bounce and go into touch. That's a brilliant kick by Mornay Feinerberg, and that's going to slow it down again. Harry Patterson refused to bring it out. 24 seconds left on the yellow card now. Mornay Feinerberg once again having a man-of-the-match performance. Frankie Horn getting ready to come in. 7 seconds left in the yellow card, but he's not going to get in before this play is made, or is he? Oh, he's not coming back in. No, Darian Landsberg's leaving, and Northnagel comes in for him. So Northnagel comes in for Landsberg. Okay, so Frankie Horn is back on now. Yellow card is over. So Lions back at full strength. All right, so let's get this yellow card off. Line out successful for Edinburgh. Oh, nice tackle by Chris Smith in the middle of the pitch. So inside their 10-meter line, there's Ross Thompson sending that ball. And over the shoulder, Mornay Feinerberg takes it to the 26-meter line, turns around, sends it way over the middle to Kuhn Horn. Oh. Kuhn Horn runs into a wall there. So that slows things down. Call to use it now for Mornay Feinerberg. Chris Smith, clearance kick. Down the middle of the pitch. Going to bounce right to the 22. Taken back there by Edinburgh. And Patterson. We got a whistle here. 7 and 12 advancing. Huh? It's a dumb penalty by the Lions. Bronson and Schlekane. That was a Chris Smith's kick. Two guys offside. You got to wait till he kicks that ball. You can't just take off. So that's a mistake by the Lions. Could be costly. Back to full strength. That ball's kicked way past the try zone. Let's see where the mark is. We see. Yeah, both of them. Yeah. It's a dumb penalty. Here's a line out from about 5 meters for Edinburgh. Successful. Whistle blew. Oh, what is that crap? He gives him a free pass on for. They preloaded. He gave him a free pass. It should have been a penalty. Wow. So they stop it. Ewan Ashman will try again. Successful. Going for the driving ball now. Ashman at the back. Now it's getting some forward movement. 4 meters. And more of the backs come in. They're going to get forward. They're going to get here. Ewan Ashman's going to break free. He got it. All because of stupid penalty by the Lions. Very costly. Cost them 7 points. Stupid, stupid penalty. Players just taken off before the ball's kicked. Too easy. Some of you are going, so what? Big deal. It is a big deal. They need point differential here. The Lions were at a negative point differential. Every point to the positive is what they needed. That hit the post. No good. 5 points. Well, I hope the Sharks beat Munster. I don't know if they will, but I hope they do. Morning Feinberg is off. So Hashim Pede will come in for him. Restart inside of 22. Jack Brown had that. And that ball's going to be kicked down the pitch by Edinburgh. Goes into touch. The Lions going to leave it in touch. 50 minutes off the clock now. (50-32). Hashim Pede, young phenom, as they want to call him. I've seen him play a few times. He's okay. I haven't seen his greatness yet. Lions line out. PJ Bota. Ready to get it? Come down with a fenter. Shlakani at the 10-meter line. He's tackled. And not releasing. Lions starting to make stupid mistakes all of a sudden. Freddie Douglas gets to Jackal. Shlakani didn't release the ball. So Patterson will kick for the corner now. So that'll be a line out about 17 meters for Edinburgh. Yes, Lions, keep your discipline. It's starting to fall apart. Ashman gets it in. They're into them all. Last maul delivered them a try. This one's a bit further away. Going to take a little bit more work. Oh, and they're driving forward now. That maul's rolling. And the Lions are retreating down to 5 meters now. And more bodies come in there. And Ashman's still at the back. And he breaks free. Tackled by Bronson Mills and Chris Smith. Oh, and Bronson Mills tried to play the ball on the ground. So he let go of the ball. Lucky he didn't get called for a penalty there. Ball pops out. Lions have it. Henku van Wyk gets it back to Frankie Horn. Oh, here come the Lions. Chris Smith on the near side. Here comes Pede. Hashim Pede. He's got help. Gets it back. Kuhnhorn falls down. Gets up and goes again. Kuhnhorn through midfield. He's got help. Oh, he kicked it forward. Oh, they're going to be able to get there. And it was saved. Oh, did it go into touch? It looked like Eric Cornier saved it. He gave up the body to save that ball from going into touch. Oh, it looked like he saved it. But the side judge says he was in touch. I want to see the replay on that. Kuhnhorn kicked it instead of passing. He should have passed it. There were no defenders on the outside. Oh, yeah, it's in touch. It's the right call. Almost saved it. And it would have been a try for Pede. Oh, it was so close. So it will be a Edinburgh lineout. Man, the Lions just, when they break free, they break free. And PJ Bota comes out. Whole front row's changed. Lineout's challenged, but Edinburgh comes away with it. Franco Murray, Eddie Davids, and RF Skumand come in. And the Lions have gotten it back. Chris Smith kicks it to the wing. Is he going to get there? Angelo Davids, yes! No way! Woohoo! Oh, my goodness. Wow, Angelo Davids gets his first try of the season. That's unbelievable. Wow, 11 games, first try. Chris Smith, a brilliant kick all the way across the pitch. And Angelo Davis right in stride in the try zone. Man, that was long overdue. Man, oh man. Chris Smith with a tough conversion here. Let's see how he does. Oh, it's perfect. Right down the middle. Wow, that's incredible. Chris Smith is just brilliant. (42-5). What a great kick. Chris Smith made that happen. Angelo Davis put the icing on the cake. And the bench is pretty excited. 42-5 now. And the Lions turn it over. And here come... the Edinburgh had inside 22, and then they drop it. That ball's knocked on. Come on, that's a knock on by... Edinburgh knocked it on. He's got a penalty advantage here. But it looked to me like Edinburgh knocked that ball on. Tupelotu. He runs right back through the middle. He's finally tackled by Rowan Fenter. The Lions' defense isn't good. The advantage is over now. So it was a knock-on against the Lions, but it looked like the other way. Ewan Ashman now driving. Ashman, they're trying to strip him. Frankie Horn couldn't strip him. So Edinburgh now driving. In a minute touch. Oh, that's a forward pass. Knock-on. Okay, 1 of the 2. Take your pick. So the Edinburgh turns it over here. 42-5 in the second half. Oh, yeah, there's a knock-on. Clock still running, 56-33. Lions, 42-5. $37 points. That gives them a plus 20 on the log. There's Eddie Davis from the Griquas out there. $57 minutes off the clock. New front row for the Lions. Let's see how this one goes. Crouch. Bind. Set. Hashim P pulls it out, gets it over to Bronson Mills. Ooh, he gets hit high, his head snap back. Call to use it. Chris Smith clearance kick. He'll find touch. Let's see where the mark is, though. Oops, I lost my feed. Chris Smith not happy with the mark. Can't believe the mark. 57-55. Oh, my goodness. 17, 19, 21, 22. 21, 22. So these replacements coming in mass for Edinburgh. Born Fenter's off. So Whitcomb Fenter got that one. Here's a line out. And it's stolen by the Lions, but they're not getting into touch. Who else came in here? A lot of replacements. They keep showing me the ones I know. Who did count? Okay, Hunter came in for Young. That's one I didn't know. You and Ashman will line it out. Here's the line out. This one's not challenged, and Edinburgh comes away with it. Ashman at the back of that maul. 59 minutes off the clock. How about using it? Nothing's happening here, just standing around. Shield touches the ball for the first time, the new scrum half. He gets it into the hands of Hunter Hill. They go to the outside. Tupelotu offloads that ball. Shield. And Ewan Ashman, tackled by Ron Fenter, who's had a hell of a game. Oh, there's a nice move there, but the Lions responded quickly. Advantage for what? Elbows on the ground against Frankie Horn. So they'll kick for the corner. Frankie Horn doesn't believe it. Shaking his head, can't believe it. But he never says anything. He just walks away. So, Edinburgh now with a chance to score again. Deep. We're past the 60-minute mark now. Don't forget, top of the next hour, it will be the Sharks and Munster. Line out successful into a maul. Hunter Hill's the one that got that. Ashman at the back. It collapses. Oh, Ashman tackled. There it is. Shield. He's held up. Just at the try line. And there it is. The try is scored. 61-06. Is it Douglas? Yeah, Freddie Douglas. Yep, so the Lions, more mistakes, costing them. Conversion attempt. Is that Shield? Scrum half doing the kicking. Nope. That's Cammy Scott. No good. Freddie Douglas with the try. But no conversion. So 42-10 now. And the restart inside of 22, right down the middle, taken down there by, ooh, nice carry by Harry Patterson up over the 22 for Edinburgh. They go out in the wings. Cammy Scott gets it out there. Shield digs it out. Ewan Ashman now. He's tackled. Eddie Davis. Ball squirts out. Lions have it. Northnagel. Mashami. Looking for somebody. Couldn't find anybody to pass it to. Hashim Peed. Bronson Mills kicks it through. The chase is on. Who's going to get there? Eric Cronier? No. And he forces Satala to take it into touch. It'll be a line out for the Lions. Down around 5 meters. 8 meters. Good chance for Lions to score again here now. Get those points right back. It's a good kick. Okay. Mashaha comes off. Replaced by Renzo Duplessis. Excuse me. So Renzo Duplessis finally makes an appearance in this game. Leaves only Creel on the bench. Line out successful. Lions wasn't challenged. They're into a maul. And they're driving. At the bank is Franco Murray. They're driving forward. Are they over? Short. Short. Where's the ball? We got... So the Lions turn it over. Magnus Bradbury wins the ball for Edinburgh. Chance to take it to 49, and they muff it up there. (64 minutes 48 seconds off the clock). 5-meter scrum for Edinburgh. Crouch. I don't think this one's going to go well. Behind, they're not lined up right. Yeah, that was actually Paul Hill who caused the problem here, and he's pretending the Lions did it. So we're going to try it again. 15 minutes remain. Crouch. Fine. A little bit better this time. Set. Scrum is holding for both sides. Comes out of the back by Bradbury. Tupelotu tackled. Ball's available. Here comes a clearance kick by Harry Patterson. Let's see what he gets on that. Finds touch. Where's the mark going to be? A very generous mark. Out around 10-meter line. Disappointed people sitting up in the stands. Cloudy now, as I said. Clouds came in. So out past the 10-meter line, the Lions, I'll have it here. Franco Murray to throw it in. Goes deep with it. They have it. Pede, Chris Smith, Bronson Mills, Eric Cronier. Kicked out the pitch by the Lions. It's still in play. Who's going to get there? Oh, no way. Angelo David's got it. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Wow. Angelo Davis, that ball's kicked forward. He just races down there and steals it from Edinburgh. They're just standing around. Bronson Mills with a brilliant kick. It just kind of holds up around the 5-meter line, and Angelo Davis just gets there and steals that one from them. My goodness. Bronson Mills with a brilliant kick. He's gonna running now for me for man of the match. Boy, that just worked out perfectly for Angelo Davis. My goodness. Chris Smith for the conversion. Another tough one. He hit the post and went through. 49-10. And so Davis with a brace. Here's a restart. They try to go short. Does Edinburgh? Gets popped up in the air. Oh, that's a forward pass. Oh, my goodness. Such an obvious forward pass. Not called. Edinburgh with the ball now on the outside. Lions need to quit letting them score. Bradbury now, still in the game. Carries forward. Tackled by Frankie Horn, who's had a big game as well. Ewan Ashman. He's tackled by Franco Murray. They go outside. Down to the 22. Shield to Ewan Ashman. Tackled at the 22. They go to the short side of the pitch. Cammy Scott tackled. Eddie Davids with a big tackle there. Keeping them outside of 22. 8 phases now. 9th phase here is Shield trying to decide where it's going to go to the outside. Tupelotu. Scott. Ewan Ashman. Ewan Ashman getting a lot of work. He gets it down inside of 22. Big tackle there by Renzo Duplessis. Edinburgh not really picking up any pace here. Not really getting any space either. Tackle made on Matt Curry. Coming back this direction now. Another tackle. Hunter Hill goes down. Shield. The Lions are not giving up anything here. I didn't see his knee touch the ground. Going to go outside. Lions are there. $70 minutes off the clock now. Shield. They go on the outside wing. That was a forward pass, and Ashman down the sideline inside the 22 again. It was a low pass. Nicely done to secure that ball. Shield. Ooh, tackle missed there by Shulkani. Or Mahasha, excuse me. Oh, they break through. Matt Curry will be a try. Yep. Defense left a big gap there. Matt Curry scores. 20 phases. Missed tackle. So they give up another pointless try there. He made that one 17. Yeah, no, there was 4 passes there. I know I said it. Official missed those 4 passes. Obvious 4 passes, too. 49-17 now. Ball's knocked forward by Bronson Mills. Man, he chases the player down. Still a knock-on advantage, though. 73-26 off the clock. Tackle. Richard Creel's finally in the game, too, by the way. Advantage is over. Cronier chasing down. Goes backwards. Renzo Duplessis scrapes it up off the turf. Hands the ball off. Richard Creel, far side. Hashim P does a dummy. Then he gets back up the middle. Here come the Lions. Pede goes wide to the wing. He's got Frankie Horn out there, who does the dummy. Horn gets it back. Oh, lost forward by Henku van Wyk at the 5-meter line. It's a knock on at the 5-meter line. Shame. 5-meter line, they were driving. Henku van Wyk lost it. It's twice he's given up the ball. So they're playing a knock-on advantage at the 5-meter line. Call to use it. And that ball goes into touch. So that'll be the end of the advantage. And it'll be a Lions line out deep. Chance to go to the half-century mark here. They need to regain those points. Linus, lost backwards by Pete. Back to the 22. Lions at their 22. Renzo Duplessis driving forward, picking about 4 or 5 meters. Hands in the ruck there by Edinburgh. Little grubber kick through. But where did the ball go? It winds up down at the 5-meter line. Edinburgh secures the ball. Tackle made there, 7 meters away from their try line. Less than 4 minutes remaining. Can the Lions score again? It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Shield kicks it into touch. Ball's alive, and the Lions just bring it back into play. Richard Creel waits for it at midfield. Gets it over the middle to Eric Cronier. Cronier took too long. Now the defender's there. Cronier gets loose, but he falls down. Tripped over his own shoe. Oh, Frankie Horn. Nice pass. And Creel now. Creel down to the 22. Cronier driven into touch. Yep, Eric Cronier driven into touch. That's more like it from the Lions. Oh, that's a high tackle. So was there a penalty or not? Yep, high tackle. So what's it going to be? The clock is stopped with 3 minutes left. Back to that same girl. They're in love with that girl. Come on, Lions. Let's get this together and get one more score. Take it to the half-century mark. So, high tackle, but it's not a penalty? I don't understand that. He said there was a high tackle. So, the Edinburgh has a line out, but they overthrow it. Who's going to get to it? Hey, the Lions got to it. Renzo Duplessis has it. Duplessis bounced off one tackle. Still going. Duplessis down about 15 meters. The Lions now. Hashim Pede goes wide. Outside to Richard Creel. Creel drives forward. Down to about 14 meters. Ball's lost. So, Edinburgh has no penalty. So, the Lions get a penalty. They go for 5-meter line out here and then roll it over. That maul worked them well early in the game. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remain. They're going to kick for the corner. Bronson Mills kicks it over there. So 5-meter line out for the Lions. 6 meters, 6 meters. Oh, that was a little less than generous. It went out by the 5-meter line. 7-meter line out. 2 minutes left. Oh, the rain's coming down now, folks. Just to wrap up the game, the rain is coming down now in the Highfeld. So here's the line out. Franco Murray. 6 meters out. Not challenged. They come down with it. They don't go into the maul. They just drive through. Creel 3 meters, 2 meters. Richard Creel down to 2 meters. Lions try to squirt forward. So the Lions have it. 1 meter out. Hashim Peed. He got it. Looked like he got it down. Wow. Hashim Peed. 78-38, and Lions will score again. So he gets it. Yep, he definitely got it. Yep, Hashim Peed. We're in the final minute of the game now. Bronson Mills, did he get it? Nope, he missed it. So the first missed kick of the game, 54-17. Chris Smith no longer in there doing the kicking. Here's a restart. They're going to go short to the near side. And Northnagel goes up and comes down with 5 seconds left on the clock. Time is up, so they're going to kick it into touch. And that'll do it, 54-17. What a finish for the Lions. Wow. It's a 37-point swing. That puts them 20 points up. That puts them up 20 points in the positive, and the Lions now with extra 5 points there. They pick up bonus point victory for the Lions. Takes them to 38 points on the log. Moves them up to 7th position. Moves the Bulls down to 8th position. So the Lions now with a record of 7 wins, 1 draw, and 5 losses. All right. Wow. Folks, man, that's pretty awesome. Next one up is going to be the Sharks coming up here shortly. You'll be redirected to that game automatically. And if you want to stick around for that one, it's coming up. All right, well done. Lions, what a performance. What an absolute performance. Winning by 37. Could have won by 39 points. Won by 37 points. And puts them up into positive territory. Big victory for them. Dylan Richardson out there. Yeah, good game, big confidence booster for games coming up. Yep. And the South African sides are done beating each other up, so now it's just against the rest of the competition. So now we can root for the South African sides and win every single game. What a great finish here. So that's some good news for the Lions. All right, we got another game coming up here shortly. That's the Sharks at the top of the hour. So we'll take a short break here and see you guys back here for that one. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. The rain coming down now. I don't know if you ever seen the rain. It's raining. That's an appropriate. So Labakane and Richardson out there chatting on the pitch, 2 South Africans. Lions very happy about today's performance. Final score 54-17. All right, that's going to do it. So I don't know who they picked as man of the match. You guys, let's see what we got here. You got Mornay Vandenberg. I agree. Mornay Vandenberg is the man of the match. All right, we'll see you guys here shortly in about 24 minutes for the next one. All right, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. Tries galore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tries from the Lions and 3 from Edinburgh. Gives us 11 for the game. Wow, that was something else. All right, that's going to do it for this one, folks. We'll see you here shortly. Thanks for tuning in. God bless. Congratulations to the Lions.